Zack Snyder's Justice League's convoluted production process and the fan campaigns for its release have made it a particularly interesting specimen in the already pretty fascinating superhero movie genre. And to make the most of a unique situation, Snyder seemingly used every opportunity to cram the 4-hour film full of neat stuff. There are numerous changes from the theatrical version and cool Easter eggs, and even a brand new epilogue scene that teases a grim, apocalyptic future in which a potty-mouthed Batman and a long-haired, weary Joker team up to battle an evil Superman. Among the many new characters the Snyder Cut brings into the fold is Darkseid, the interplanetary warlord behind the movie's main villain, Steppenwolf. Darkseid drops by near the end of the movie, rocking up to the action with his 2 major lieutenants flanking him. The creepy, robed guy on the tyrant's right-hand side is Desaad, Darkseid's sadistic assistant. But who's the white-haired old lady rounding up the trio? And as a fair warning, try not to laugh at her name. The lady in question is Granny Goodness, a perennial contender for the worst misnomer in the entire DC universe. She may look like a sweet old lady, and her name may suggest that's entirely true, but she's anything but. This granny won't bake you cookies and slip a $20 bill into your bag after you visit her just in case you need pocket money. Oh no, she'll mess your whole life up while keeping a smile on her face. Created by comic book legend Jack Kirby, who's credited as both the writer and artist behind the character, Granny Goodness made her DC Comics debut in 1971's Mr. Miracle Volume 1 Issue 2. She's a new god originating from the planet Apokolips, and started off as a member of the Lowlies class. When she was plucked from the peasants around her to become a hound for Darkseid, Granny Goodness's life and fate changed. She established herself as an incredibly ruthless, manipulative, and dangerous woman as she became the trainer and commander of Darkseid's elite forces, a job that she accomplishes by brainwashing innocent orphans into obedient killing machines in his orphanage facilities. What's worse, her torturous training methods and unrepentant sadistic nature are directly contradicted by her gentle, sweet manner. Granny Goodness even takes her appearance from that of the late comedian and actress Phyllis Diller, who wouldn't hurt a fly unless she could make it laugh beforehand. Basically, imagine Dolores Umbridge from the Harry Potter film franchise add superpowers and elite military training in place of magic, and equip her with several torture dungeons and battalions of elite troops she has at her disposal. That's Granny Goodness. What little we see of Granny in Zack Snyder's Justice League makes her seem like a more physically imposing figure than her comic book counterpart. And while the Snyder Cut of Justice League does mark Granny Goodness's live-action film debut, it's not the first time she's appeared in the flesh on viewer screens. That's happened just once prior, in the penultimate season of the CW superhero series Smallville, starring Tom Welling as Clark Kent in his years living in Kansas before he becomes Superman. 2 different actresses portrayed Smallville's Granny, and the depiction of the character leaned pretty heavily on the sinister end of the sweet old lady ruthless manipulator dichotomy. In Smallville, Nancy Amelia Bell brought Granny Goodness to life in the Season 9 finale, Salvation, in which her face isn't seen but the markers of her outwardly sweet side, knitting needles and a cozy covered-up outfit, were. Christine Willers took over the role thereafter, making her the literal face of Smallville's Granny. The prim and proper head administrator of St. Louise's orphanage, who's secretly a cunning master manipulator with powerful telepathic and telekinetic abilities, along with a number of other powers. A Season 10 episode reveals that one of the children at St. Louise's orphanage was Tess Mercer, who, spoiler alert, is really Lutessa Luthor, the daughter Lionel Luthor had with Pamela Jenkins, his son Lex's nanny. Tess lived at the orphanage from the time she was 5 years old to when her biological father returned and took Tess out of Granny Goodness's care. Before Tess left, Granny erased nearly all of her memories so that she wouldn't remember her life before the Mercers adopted her. We're not sure if there will ever be a sequel to Snyder's Justice League, but if anyone wants to make use of the character in future projects, Granny Goodness would certainly make for a menacing, scheming villain that would scare just about anyone who crosses her path. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite DC villains are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.